Hi everyone, welcome to our SAP Tech Talks webinar. A couple of words about the event organization. The webinar will be recorded and then posted on our YouTube channel. You may ask all your questions in the Q&A field. Today's speaker is Vadzim Kaltunou, and the topic is Unveiling SAP UX Trends and Vision. Vadim, the floor is yours.
Okay, hi everyone. I hope that my screen is visible. Colleagues, could you please confirm whether it's visible or not?
Good.
Okay. Yeah, I hope it is. So, as I mentioned, today we're going to talk about SAP UX trends and vision, and we are going to take a look at the IT industry a little bit. We'll talk about some challenges and what is the current state of the industry, because this is important as a context for today's topic. Then I'm going to switch to the overview of UX trends, and we will scrutinize each trend. And after that, I will touch on also SAP's perspective on these trends and how SAP uses them to create successful products. But before we dive into details, just a few words about this speaker. So this is me. My name is Vadim, and I'm a senior designer at EPAM Systems. My background is about 5 years of experience in UX design. I had the chance to work on different projects. Some of them were pretty small, related to creation of landing pages for tourism or just simple applications. And some of them were pretty complex with complex business logic. Currently, I'm focused on the financial cloud tool, which is dedicated for project managers. With this tool, they can create a project, also control some calculations related to revenue, cost, and also they can plan some resources and, well, pretty a lot of things they can do with that. And what I do, what is my responsibility? It is usability improvement. I do some activities to make the application more convenient and usable. I also work on some conceptual designs and new features, and also integration with other SAP products. Now, moving on to the agenda. So the agenda for today is following. We are going to have a quick introduction into the topic. Then we'll dive into the terminology, because we need to know what is a UX trend and what is the definition of this kind of term. Then why care about UX trends? I'll give you at least three main reasons of aligning your products with these trends. And the last part, this is the body of today's presentation, because we are going to take a look into details and discuss each trend and what is the benefit of each trend for business representatives and for users. And also I'll show you a couple of examples from SAP's products. So without further ado, let's get started. So we are living in pretty interesting times, because advancement of technology and prevalence of AI, especially prevalence of AI, changed the way we interact with digital devices and changed the interfaces themselves. And again, referring to AI, let's take it as an example. Nowadays, almost every tool is trying to implement something related to AI. Some companies are using AI as a selling feature. Like from my personal experience, recently I bought a smartphone, which has these features. So they are not focusing on engine of a smartphone, or I don't know, the camera or quality of the photographs. They are saying, okay, we have a bunch of different features, and you can do a lot of stuff with them. And in general, using AI, you can summarize some content, or within seconds generate some data or some pictures or some music. And yeah, and again, this changes drastically how we work with digital devices. And this evolution and transformation of the products brings the challenges for designers and for product developers as well, because we need to be aware about these trends and also yeah, what is the core of each trend and what do they bring to the user and what is the advantage of each trend. And also, we need to know about how SAP incorporates them to create innovative solutions and what are the trends that are SAP specific. And yeah, so all these questions we are going to address today, and we will try to investigate them. But first, about the term. So, what is a UX trend? UX trend is a popular practice, technique, or feature in user experience design that was applied to a website, application, or a software. So basically, it's a popular feature. Usually, these trends appears due to some events. It could be technological advancement, as I mentioned before. Again, like AI could be an example, or because of changes in user behavior, such as um, for instance, COVID. COVID dramatically changed the way we, for instance, how much time do we spend in our digital tools, or uh, we order more food via the applications, right? Or we now prefer streaming platforms such as Netflix, Amazon, or I don't know, Disney and others than just go into the cinema and watch a movie. So these things changes the designs as well. And the main thing and the main aim of the trend is to bring more bring convenience to the user and to make it more user friendly and to satisfy users with the functionality provided. So just to sum up, trend, it's some kind of a feature in experience design that is focused on improving user experience. So yeah, we have these trends, and why care about these trends? Why should we stick to them? And I have a couple of reasons. And the first one would be just to stay relevant. This is crucial for business to know that their products are relevant and appealing to the target audience. We cannot sell over the same product over and over again because eventually it will become outdated. And that is why it is so important to implement something new and something fresh, fancy to attract new users or even existing users. Um, Another reason is enhancing user satisfaction. So, learning about these trends and using these trends to bring new features and new functionality to the product will result in increased satisfaction. So, as a user, I have a product, it meets my needs, right? I'm happy with that, and I will be satisfied with the product. And also, it will bring loyalty to the company that created such kind of a tool and this cool product. Another thing is that UX trends ensure competitive advantage. So learning about these trends and using latest UX trends can give business a competitive advantage to make your product more distinguishable, more like again like a selling feature and like a game-changing feature. And eventually, it leads to business growth, to growth of number of customers, uh, with higher or increased retention rates and conversion rates, and in general to business growth. So now we know about the core of the trend. What is the trend, and why care about these trends? And we can switch to the main part and investigate what are the trends, benefits, and with some use cases. And starting off with cross-platform experience. So Cross-platform experience is about designing a user journey, seamless journey within multiple devices. It could be smartwatches or tablets, desktop, smartphones, and like any device. And as an example, we can take um, just if you watch a video, for instance, on desktop, right, and you stopped at a particular position and then you switch to the smartphone, you open it and you see that your progress is saved. Your position is saved and you can easily proceed with watching the video, right? And this is where the benefits come. First of all, the first benefit is consistency because both platforms, even if they are different, but they are consistent because the progress is saved. Also, it brings convenience because users do not have to repeat like previous steps or search for this position manually again, right? So it is saved and you can just, without losing your time or wasting it, you can just tap play and watch it. Another thing is familiarity. So if users know how something work on one device, again on desktop for instance, they can easily understand the flow on another device on your smartphone. And also it brings flexibility, which means that I have a wide range of different products and my hands are not tired. I can decide, okay, I like smartphones and I will go with it because yeah, again, I'm not attached to a particular platform. And now let's take a look at the example. I took SAP Mobile Start just to show the again the example of this kind of experience. So SAP Mobile Start is a platform that gives you access to some business information, business content with native notifications and widgets, and also you can search for both native and web-based SAP applications via the device's native search. And most importantly, that it is compatible with a wide range of different products. So this is something that you see on the screen on the right-hand side. We can start in our tablet, right? The screen is pretty big and wide. It is convenient to consume business information. And then you can switch to the smartphone, and the layout is pretty similar. The flow will be similar to what we experienced before. Of course, it is truncated because of the size, but nevertheless, it will be understandable. And on top of that, we have watches where we can define um, the some notification that should be displayed regarding the your KPIs, business KPIs, and like all these three platforms will be aligned. They will be consistent and clear to the user how to interact with them. Um, One more thing worth noting is that SAP Mobile Start was upgraded with the Apple Vision Pro version, and we will take a look at it a little bit later. Okay, moving on to voice user interfaces, another trend. So a voice interface is a type of interface that allows users to use spoken commands to interact with digital devices. So as an example, we can take Siri or Alexa, Alisa, Google Assistant. So such kind of assistants. And also this includes such technologies as speech recognition, natural language processing, and text-to-speech synthesis. What they bring to us, first of all, hands-free operation, because whether you are driving a car or doing some stuff at home and you do not want to distract yourself from your main task, you can easily use a voice interface to say, okay, turn on the music or turn on the lights, something like that. And yeah, I think this is cool. Um, Also, again, multitasking, I already touched on this because we can have a lot of different tasks, and with voice interfaces, we can be more flexible with that and do a couple of tasks at the same time. And also accessibility enhancement. So talking about voice interfaces, for some people, this is a choice. So I can say, I want to type a message using my keyboard, or I can use a voice interface to do it more like quicker, right? But for some people, for people with disabilities or some limitations, they don't have such kind of a choice. They have to use it because this is the easiest way and the most convenient way um, to basically interact with the interface. So that is why it is so important to include at least some of the features of voice interfaces in the designs. I have a couple of examples, SAP Mobile Start, which I already mentioned here, and also SAP Ariba Shopping and Joule. So let's focus on the last two tools. Ariba Shopping is obviously a shopping tool. Joule, it's a copilot which provides you with some recommendations, but again, we'll discuss it, Joule, a little bit later as well. And let's focus on the voice interface because both tools provide you with voice search option so that you can ask something and it will give you a relevant results. Uh, when it comes to Ariba shopping, it provides you with some goods, again, recommendations, and Joule can help you with some, I don't know, with your problem, with your challenges that you experience, and yeah, can generate text that will navigate you through some, I don't know, some just in general will give you some guidance. Okay, so these are examples of voice interfaces. Turn into AR and VR immersive experience. So AR stands for augmented reality, and we experience it when we see a real world like reality, but on the surface of some objects, there are some digital elements and we can interact with them. Whereas VR is virtual reality. We are completely immersed in virtual, digital, and artificial world with where all the components are digital. And mainly these technologies are used in entertainment branch of industry, also in retail, healthcare, and they are used for learning activities. And talking about benefits again, it enhances entertainment because who wouldn't want to dive into I don't know, fantasy world or sci-fi world to find to be a hero, to find a treasure, or I don't know, do something similar to that. And of course. Um, like you can play games on your laptop, on desktop, but still you have some boundaries. But with AR and VR, this is different, and you can experience it on a deeper level. Also, interactive learning. So we can take, let's take a surgeon as an example. So I can study via the some text or videos, or I can just put on the headset and see how the operation goes and how I should interact and how to properly do some stuff. And I think it helps a lot. Also virtual try-ons, so you can uh, like try some new clothes on yourself or new haircut or a new beard. Visualization for such roles or for such jobs as architects, this is important to see, I don't know, building or blueprint of some areas. It helps with visualization and accessibility enhancement. Due to some physical or geographical restrictions, you probably would want to use these technologies. And you can say that you are far away from your friends, from your family, and you just again use these technologies to gather in some virtual room, to use your avatar, and yeah, to feel more, uh, to feel closer um, to your friends. Yeah, as a use case, we're dealing here with SAP Mobile Start again, but now about Apple Vision Pro version. So again, Mobile Start gives you access to business content, but here with a different navigation concept, navigation patterns, and visual effects, because now you interact not only with your hands, but also with your voice, and also it scans your gaze, so you can watch at some particular areas and it will track it. Additionally, you can arrange the space around you, so you like individual workspace, right? You can scale the pages or you can minimize them and arrange around you. And I think this is really helpful. And additional stuff like a small feature is in that it blends beautifully with your surroundings, and you can be sure that it will adjust the settings according to your environment. Okay, the next one is personalization. So, personalization is the method of creating experience which is tailored to your interests, to your needs, and to your habits. Usually, it includes showing relevant content or showing recommendation or simply saving and remembering users' settings. And this saves users time because if we can imagine you have a page with quite a lot of items, I don't know, 100 of items, and you have to search manually through all of them. You need to set up some filters probably or use a search, right? But with personalization, you can easily have a concise list of again personalized content, and that's it. This is really helpful, and it aids with decision making. Uh, uh, when you have like 100 of options, your attention is spread it, right? But with five or I don't know, three recommended items, it is easier to make a decision. And also, it makes users feel valued and understood, because if some people understand you, this creates an emotional connection. And when an application understands you and provides you with some relevant content, from my point of view, it's also established some kind of a connection, because it is meaningful for you, this application, and also it is beneficial for business because you use the application more and more. um, Okay, so as a use case, we have SAP SuccessFactors Learning. So it's a learning platform where you can find information with different courses that are well prioritized, organized, again, according to your experience, your needs, and your interests. It also contains AI-driven recommendations. You probably can see it on the mock-up on the screen, personalized recommendation, which is again really, really helpful. And one more thing here, it can help you to align with the company's policy with compliance trainings. So yeah, pretty helpful platform in terms of self-development and finding the relevant content. Okay, then the next one is generative AI. So generative AI is a part of AI that can generate data that similar to the input data. I think that you are aware about that. You can write a thorough description of what you need, this prompt, and you will get in the end the text or some kind of a content, images, music, and video content, and you can easily use it. To the generative content, we can also include chatbots because they can generate human-like text and keep the conversation going and assist you with some different stuff and some, again, with some guidance. And the benefits are that generative AI creates engaging and accessible content. We can argue whether this content has like a soul or heart, because when it comes to music and images, right, we can argue about that, but nevertheless it can streamline your work. You can easily create a picture, just upload it anywhere, and the content is created and you're saving your time. It provides you assistance. Again, I mentioned it before with chatbots. It can navigate you to some areas and help you with recommendation and automate tasks for efficiency. So basically, there are a lot of tasks that could be optimized because they are cumbersome and annoying, and you would want to click one button uh, and that's it, and focus on something more relevant to you. And here I have a couple of examples. First of all, SAP Ariba Category Management. So this is a procurement tool that provides you with context-aware insights using the large language model integration. Also, it can generate some data related to KPIs, such as segmentation score, Porter's five forces scores, or cost structure component percentages. Probably these KPIs are not telling you much, but just in general. It can generate data, and also you can pre-fill data within node summary and additional resources. So within this area. So just to sum up, with this tool, you can click one button, generate relevant content, and then distribute it within the fields. And again, you don't have to do this manually. Another example is Joule. I already talked about it. So this is a copilot that can help you with a lot of stuff. And basically it has three main scenarios. And the first one would be helping you with some text recommendation. So you can ask a question, get a relevant response, and this response will be based on SAP Help Portal. So you can say that, okay, I can take these recommendations because they are aligned with SAP's policy. Another thing that apart from text, it can also provide you with the links to relevant areas or relevant applications. And on top of that, the third scenario is that it can lead you to a business object itself. For instance, a list of purchase order items, right? You can easily find it within Joule and click it and again navigate to a corresponding object. Okay, and we have still two more trends, and I would say they are more specific to SAP because this is something that SAP doing constantly within a pretty long period. And the first one is integration. So integration, pretty simple term. It is about creating a user journey by linking the features, data, and functionality of different tools. And what it brings to us is that we don't have to switch between different apps. I think this is the issue that is relevant for every employee in IT industry. We have like a bunch of different tools, like 10 or 20, and all the time we need to jump between them, probably copy some data from one place, then paste it in another tool, and this is very cumbersome. And having integration and having integrated data, this is reduce this switching and reduce like confusion because of that. And also it saves time and effort. Here I took the latest innovation, SAP Task Center. So this is the tool where you can where the SAP applications are integrated, and they provide you with unified experience when it comes to your tasks. So for instance, you need to approve something or reject something, and those ap- those tasks are coming from different places. But nevertheless, the experience is unified. You don't have to remember how it works in different apps. In this tool, they will be like similar. You will pass similar steps, and you don't have to memorize how it works on different tools again. Um, okay, and one more thing worth noting is that it integrates 12 SAP products, such as some of the main products, such as SAP S/4HANA Cloud, S/4HANA, SuccessFactors, Fieldglass, Ariba, Concur, and Cloud for customers. And the last trend would be horizon harmonization. So this is the process of aligning the appearance of SAP products with the horizon theme. So just a few words about the horizon theme. This is like a next step of SAP Fiori design system. And the horizon theme is look like fresher and more modern. It it has a new font, new color palette, more rounded corners. We will take a look at them on the next screen. So it looks fresher, and again, it makes it more attractive to the user. Some of the benefits, first of all, it provides consistency across all applications, because previously we had like Belize theme and Quartz theme, right? And for some amount of time there was inconsistency of designs, but now switching to this Horizon theme, that this brings more understanding to the user how this or that control works, and in terms of different flows. And yeah, again, it improves user experience. Um, and just without too many explanation, just examples of how, first of all, the Horizon theme looks like and how it improves the user experience. Again, it looks fresher, it looks better. I think in terms of accessibility, even the contrast is greater than previous iterations of SAP Fiori design system, and I think it looks stunning. Okay, so I think all in all, that's it regarding the modern trends, the current trends, and I'm not going to leave you without takeaways. So let's just summarize what we learned before. So UX trend is a popular feature in UX design. It is mainly used to improve usability, to improve user experience, and to make it more accessible. And the importance of UX trends in making the products more relevant and making them more attractive to users, also to improve functionality and make them to bring satisfaction of using this tool by a user, and also loyalty to the product, and provide you with competitive advantage, something that distinguishes your product from other products in the market. Some of the current trends are cross-platform experience, voice user interfaces, AR and VR experiences, personalization, and generative AI. And just wanted to highlight that SAP places a lot of emphasis on integration processes and also harmonization of its products with the Horizon theme. So I think that's it. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope that this will inspire you to implement something related to the trends, and inspire you to align with these trends. And yeah, thank you again. And if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them.
Vadim, thank you very much for such a cool presentation. Right, let's get down to the Q&A part. And question number one. So, are there any challenges in implementing these modern UX trends into existing SAP solutions?
I would say um, we can break down this question because we can take a look at it from the UX design perspective. Because as a UX designer, what do you need to implement these kind of solutions? You need to know the core of this feature. You need to know, like, gather as much information as possible, and you need to do some research when it comes to users, and also validate it with users whether it works, whether it is understandable or not. And like in theory, the concept is ready and you can use it in products, in the SAP solutions. However, when it comes to implementation and visibility wise, it's more a question to the developers, to the development team, because this is more like a technical question, right? And I'm not sure I'm the right person to answer this. I would love to hear the point of view of the developers on, um, for instance, how to implement AI features and whether it's challenging or not.
Thank you. Great. Okay, question 2. So, what future developments are anticipated in terms of UX trends and their integration into SAP solutions?
Well, I guess all the future updates will be related to AI features and the AI technologies. Uh, Preparing this material and gathering information, I checked a lot of release notes and like updates, right? And I see this constant trend of using AI technologies, even in some tools that are like seems are not applicable for using them. But nevertheless, SAP is trying to implement AI more and more. And just if we take a look at my presentation, I mentioned generative AI as a part of AI, like obviously, right? But personalization is a part of AI as well because it uses machine learning, and voice interfaces. Again, they use AI uh, to to process the speech, right? To do some natural speech processing. So I think that this is something that will be developed. I don't know, during the upcoming year, and more features will be implemented here. And by the way, even in my tool, in my current project, we are even if we are working like on a tool for project managers, and basically is focused on calculations. However, we are considering using AI to boost the speed of working on this project.
Great. How are these UX trends affecting accessibility and inclusivity in digital product design?
hmm Um, so in terms of accessibility, I already mentioned in the presentation that, for instance, voice interfaces enhance a lot accessibility, because again we can interact without like, I don't know, with using our hands, and for people with some limitations, it is crucial to have it. And again, it improves the designs. Also, even the horizon harmonization improves that, because of the contrast of the element is bigger than it was before. Again, comparing with Quartz theme and Belize theme, if you're aware about that. Also, VR and AR enhance accessibility as well. Talking about inclusivity, I'm not quite sure about that, because inclusive design is about designing something for like everyone, and meaning that we are also focusing on the groups of people that are usually excluded from design, like people of color, or representatives of LGBTQ community, or people with some different cognitive abilities. So like, if we focus on these people and their interests, uh, I could be wrong, but now I do not see any movement in that direction. Probably in future, but at the moment, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, thank you. While you're generating new questions, we would love to encourage you to join our community on other social networks like Facebook, Telegram, LinkedIn, and of course, we are a community platform via the link in the chat. Okay, here is the next one. So what role does AI play in SAP UX design strategy?
Um, well, like a vital role. I already touched on that. That almost every product and every solution now is trying to have something related to AI because just let's take a look at the examples of AI. What can we do with it? We can generate text, right? And just as an example, I didn't mention it in my presentation, but SAP has such tool as SAP Success Factors recruiting, and it's mainly focused on recruiters, and you can generate job description, right? So basically, like how they worked before, you have to do it manually and just create and compose this description. But now with AI, you can do it generate data, and this really helpful and streamline the work. Also, AI can summarize a long list of text, right? And just having these main points and uh, bullet points instead of like a wall of text, this is also beneficial. So yeah, I think that we are moving towards AI expansion.
How do you measure the success of a new UX design trend in terms of enhancing user satisfaction and engagement? And how can designers incorporate user feedback in working with these new trends?
Well, interesting question. So, how do you measure the success? Well, you can basically use the main measuring tools that every designer's used. So you can use just surveys to understand how each trend works and whether it is convenient and understandable, and users get what do you mean. It is clear. You can conduct usability testing, so prepare design and prepare prototype and just arrange a couple of sessions. It could be focus groups with a lot of people, or probably like more focused on individuals, right? And say, okay, so please try to perform um, some tasks in the application, and you will get the understanding whether it's working or not. Uh, when it comes to the second part, how can designers incorporate user feedback in working with these trends? So basically, you need to pass a couple of iterations of designs. You need to check with the architect on your products and the development team whether it is feasible or not, and yeah, what is available. And basically, if you already checked everything, checked usability, you tested it, you clarified it with the development team, you can easily use it in your designs.
Thank you. Okay, and one more. Could you give an example of using AI in your current project for financial customers? What can customers do using these instruments?
Um, well, when it comes to AI, we are just started. So these are just plans. I cannot disclose anything about it. I'm not sure that I can share. So yeah, unfortunately, it is forbidden at the moment. But maybe just a general features. We want to like generate some data for project managers, and what else? Okay, it doesn't bring any value. So, uh, yeah, I'm sorry, but for now I cannot tell more about the AI features.
Okay, understood. All right, so if there are no questions, Vadim, we would like to thank you for this great presentation and really interesting speech. As I have already mentioned, the webinar recorded will be posted on our YouTube channel, and the link to the recording will be sent in a separate email. Colleagues, thank you very much for being here and your participation. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.